Hi, guys. Welcome back to the AMP podcast. My name is Mark D'Andrea, the doctor of real estate, the founder of AMP. We're in season 3, episode 6. We're calling this episode Agent on Fire. I'm joined today by Justin Humphreys, my cohort, and our special guest, Damu Adhikari. Thank you for being here, Damu. We appreciate you.
Absolutely love to be here.
I appreciate that very much. Justin, how's it going for you today?
Everything is going really well, Mark. Business is good. Family's good. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe this podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms. Certainly check out agentmentorshipplatform.com for more information. Make sure you give us the thumbs up and help us grow the podcast. We appreciate you. Justin, where are we going first on today's episode?
Well, our first segment, we are here with Damu Adhikari, one of our AMP agents, Red One Realtors, Handyman, all-around great guy.
Yeah.
We've talked about Damu a couple times here on the AMP podcast in our Agent Spotlight segment, and we're blessed to have Damu in the building with us today. Damu, thanks for your time. I figured, since this is your first time on the podcast, we would just kind of get started with what was your motivation to get into real estate? You're a handyman, a jack of all trades.
Yep.
And now a successful realtor. So what was that motivation to get you into the real estate business?
So I started my handyman career back in 2015. That's when I bought my first house in Des Moines, Iowa. I had a situation where I had a fan in the living room and the light switch was not working.
Yeah.
So I had to hire a guy to fix that. The guy came in. It literally took him like 5 minutes. He fixed him. He's like, yeah, it's $150. I gave him the money. I sit back. I'm like, if it's that easy, why can't I do it? I was like, so I started learning one thing at a time. I was always like, wanted to be hands-on on anything I wanted to do.
Sure.
From my childhood. So I was like, okay, let me start learning this stuff. So I started buying tools, and this was not like a Ryobi, DeWalder. It used to be like Craftsman brand from Sears.
Yep.
And
Lasts forever.
Yep. I bought a couple of tools and I started doing some basic stuff around the house. You know, nobody will let you try in their house if you don't know anything.
Right.
So I started from my own. So I started doing tile backsplash in my kitchen. I was just watching YouTube videos. And when I bought the property, I wanted to put a fencing around it. So I put 6-foot privacy fence myself. A lot of work. I didn't know a lot of stuff back then. It was good though. I learned a lot from it. So just putting a post and a string line, just making straight and all that stuff, it was good. And just gave me more motivation to more stuff. Then I wanted to build a shed. And this was my first like carpentry skills, stuff.
Yeah.
I did not know anything about it. Like I said, I was watching YouTube videos again.
Yeah.
And I built 12 by 10 shed that was like 7 feet tall with a gable roof, with proper siding, window and door.
Yeah, you went bigger.
Yep, just from the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, YouTube has anything you want to learn from. If you get stuck with something, you just go watch the YouTube videos. There's a solution.
Yeah.
You got to just put the mindset into it, and you'll get it done.
Yeah.
And that way, so I did a lot of stuff, just fixing some minor stuff on the lawnmowers, changing light bulbs, changing light fixtures, faucets, all that stuff. When I moved to Columbus in 2020, end of 2020, when my younger daughter was like 2 months old, I moved here, and then my wife worked at the hospital setting, and I needed to stay home to watch the kids so I can work. And then I need to find a job. So I started doing handyman stuff. The first year, I did very good. Like I was doing basic stuff first, and then I was getting calls after calls and calls. Like I was busy whole year. It was.
Where were you living here?
I was living in Pataskala.
Okay.
And so
mostly neighbors, or how do people hear about you?
So basically, we have a big Nepalese community, like Bhutanese Nepalese community in Columbus area, like eastern, like Reynoldsburg, Pataskala area.
Yeah.
And so when you do work at someone's house, other people can see it.
Yeah.
So I was getting so many referrals calls, and I was doing like flooring, painting stuff, and you name it. And I was building decks, pulling permits and stuff, fencing.
Yep.
So I was busy for the first year, like basically in 2021, but we needed to buy a house. So we bought a home from Ryan Homes back in Pickerington, and then My wife still works full time, and then I was working handyman. So at that time, I just always wanted to get into flip business, fix and flip.
Yeah.
And I got a partnership, and we bought a first flip house in 2023. We did very good on that house. It was
Good.
the small ranch house with a full basement. Bought it for like $215. We completely remodeled ourselves. We did everything, you name it, like kitchen, flooring, bathroom remodel with tile backs, everything. And we sold it with pretty good profit.
Yeah.
And then it just kept me motivated.
Yeah.
And throughout my career, like when I was working as a handyman from end of 2020 or 21, I was getting a lot of calls from realtors now. They have a client who just bought a house, or if they're ready to sell the house.
Yeah. Can you come fix some things?
And I had to go fix it. And most of the time what I found, this is not particular to any agents, but what I found out is people just bought a house, but they did not know what to look for before they bought the house. So when they moved in, they had so many problems they encountered. And when they called me, and as soon as I walk in the door, I saw so many flaws on the house that was just bought. My first question always was, did you do home inspection on your house? A lot of people said they did. Most of the people, they said no. And I was like, why didn't you do a home inspection? Because this is the biggest purchase of your lifetime.
Right.
Sure.
And you didn't do a home inspection. Because of that, now you are having all these issues because you didn't have professional look, into your house before you bought it. At that time, I was like, okay, I want to be a realtor now. And that's why I tell them every time, I want to be a realtor and I want to be different from everyone. And so to this day, whenever I go take my clients to show the house, I carry a flashlight, like I said before. I check every corners of the house.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I check under the sinks. I check the garbage disposals, light fixtures, water heater, furnace, everything, you name it. I walk around the exterior just to see if there's any issues with the siding, fascia, roof, as much as I can see. Once the showing is complete, I can tell my client, looking at their face, okay, this house is worth buying or not. I want to be as transparent as I can, so they get they can make an informed decision before they put money into that house.
Makes sense.
That way. So after the showing is complete, I can tell exactly if the inspection is gonna find many issues or not in the house. So whenever I tell the client and when we do the inspection, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, you told us," because I know how to see defects in the house. That way it gives them peace of mind and trust, me using their realtor. So, yeah.
That's an incredible story.
So what year did you get your license?
2025.
2025. Boy, it seems like
Yeah,
March of 2025?
correct.
Okay. So I'm sitting over here thinking to myself, Damu joined AMP pretty quickly after you came to Red One. And everything he's saying is he basically came to us fully formed. And here's the proof of that. You know that we take, and you definitely know this, we take all of our agents who join the agent mentorship platform through an 18-step AMP operating system. And we're pretty insistent that, a new agent engage on Thursdays, Tuesdays, Saturdays, and one-on-one coaching calls. I remember, and this is why it feels like you've been around longer, but I believe you. I remember Damu and I used to Zoom for an hour once a week, and that probably lasted for maybe 2 months, maybe around there. And then he wasn't showing up on my calendar anymore. So I think I checked in with him one day or something. And he said, I did have some questions, and it was about a transaction. His business took off so quickly, and I don't know how to say this, but he only needs us now when he really needs us. In essence, you've built your business from the ground up. Yes, we had some input in it, helped you with some stuff. But Damu has taken off and is marketing, growing, and sustaining a proper real estate business. He basically that story tells me he came to us fully formed. That's my reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple things that stood out to me is passion for helping people,
Yes.
wanting to make a difference, seeing, as a handyman that people have bought homes and maybe weren't aware of what they were getting into, and having an answer for that by using your expertise to make sure that they know what to expect with a house, even if it's got issues or, they're going to know a lot of that just from doing the showing. And that's wonderful. And also, you've used your network and your sphere to grow two successful businesses, your handyman business. And then I'm sure a lot of that book of your clientele from your handyman business probably then became clients in your real estate business as well.
Yep.
So that's incredible.
Back end marketing at its finest.
Absolutely. Back end marketing at its finest. How has your experience been with AMP and with Red One, Damu, since you've joined?
Oh, man. When I came into real estate, I thought I knew everything, just passing the real estate license test. I knew nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was early on, like Mark said. I told Mark, hey, I need to join AMP. And he's like, are you sure? Yeah, I need to join AMP. Because, like, there are so many, even, when you take a real estate classes, you don't learn anything, honestly. You only learn part of it.
Yeah, by the way, that's no shot to Hondros, which is where you went.
Yep.
That's their job is to get us through the exam.
Yeah,
exactly.
Get us to pass the
Right.
exam.
You just learn things that you need to pass the test for.
Yeah.
Right.
But when it comes to real world experience, you have nothing. You don't have any negotiating power. You don't even know how to write a purchase contract,
Sure.
let alone. And then I told Mark I need to join AMP just to learn how to do business.
Yeah.
And as soon as I joined AMP, I was like, oh man, this is such a relief. Having AMP on your side, it's like somebody's holding your finger and, walking alongside you.
Yeah. Sure.
Trust me. You can call anybody any time of the day and they'll be happy to answer your call.
Yeah.
And you don't get anywhere. Like, even though your broker is closed at 5 p.m., that's pretty standard business hours. What do you do after that? What if you need to write a contract in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
You have nobody.
Yeah.
Having AMP on your side, oh man, you guys take all the burden from us.
Well, we love to hear that feedback, and we get a lot of pleasure and fulfillment out of being there for agents, because I've been there. Mark, I'm sure you were there at some point in your career,
Absolutely.
where that help is needed. And you're right. When you pass that exam, it's like Mark always says it. It's the what do I do now? How do I do this? How do I do that? And AMP, we make agents better, faster. We're there to guide you through that process and help you with whatever you need. And that's I really appreciate that feedback. That was my experience with AMP too when I joined.
Absolutely.
I was 2 or 3 years in and still needed help. And if AMP would have been around when I got newly licensed, I would have joined right away. But thank you so much for that feedback. It's exactly what we aim to do here on AMP, is to assist agents. Red One Realty, obviously great brokerage. How's your experience been with Red One?
Fantastic. I have no complaints. Having you guys and Red One, I'm good.
Yeah.
We should leave it there. I'm good. That's the perfect ending. But mentioning Mike Hall, Ken Fairchild, Bob Petty, Michelle Brooks, 4 of the most accessible, communicative, helpful brokers I've ever met. And I've been in this world for 34 years. They are outstanding people.
Absolutely.
Guys, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we'll cap it with that. We're going to take a quick commercial break to hear from a couple of our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to jump right into the AMP action plan. So stick around. Hey, folks, thanks for watching the AMP podcast. I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Motto Mortgage One. Motto focuses on being not like those big banks and using modern technology-driven tools to simplify the home loan process for buyers. Motto Mortgage works to make your deal close faster, cheaper. So reach out to Motto Mortgage One today, where Kyle and Kelly are more than happy to help you with your home buying process. Hey guys, welcome back. It's season 3, episode 6, Agent on Fire. Before we jump into this, Damu just asked a great question to Mark off camera, and I wanted to continue that on camera. Damu, you asked Mark, what do you do in your spare time? And I think everyone on AMP is curious. We see you on Zooms. We see you at the office. What does Mark D'Andrea do when you're not assisting realtors to be better, faster?
Well, I like you and the other leaders. You know, my call, Ken Fairchild, Bob Petty, Michelle Brooks, myself as the founder of AMP, you as the other co-leaders, anybody who's in a leadership position with Red One understands that we're business owners. And so, Damu, to your question, when I'm not on a one-on-one with a client, or excuse me, with an agent, or answering texts or emails, just like we all do as leaders, I'm doing exactly what you do with your life, because our lives are exactly the same.
Okay.
You have a family.
Mm-hmm.
You've got faith.
Yep.
You've got a social life.
Yeah.
You and your wife go on dates.
Yep.
And you have a career outside of real estate that you've combined, handyman.
Yeah.
Well, I have all of that as well, except real estate is my only career. So outside of real estate, outside of coaching, I'm running a real estate practice.
Okay.
I intend to be involved in 18 closings this year. That's my vision. I'm prospecting just like you are. I'm involved with Bold Trail and social media and geofarming on occasion, and I do open houses on occasion, and I network every day.
Okay.
So my life is your life. The passion for real estate simply goes beyond assisting my own clients, because to my mind, and I think, Justin, you agree with me, you're a client. You're a client of AMP.
Yep.
And so our job on AMP is to grow that to every Red One agent that can possibly stand us. And we appreciate all the trust that the Red One agents put in us. And you can believe me when I say it's going to go well beyond just Red One. So look for that coming here soon. So that's, my life is like your life.
Okay.
You know, I get up in the morning and feed the horses.
Yep.
Damu asked, how many horses do you have currently?
We have two currently.
Two.
Yeah, we had three. One of them passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Thank you. We'll get another one. My wife will.
And we've talked about this a
Have
couple of
another one.
times, but the horses, you guys almost set up your stable as almost like a retirement home for horses that have come from the show world.
Yep.
Okay.
You know, a place for them to graze and live out their life.
That is exactly what it is. They're all just a bunch of ex-show ponies or horses that are in our front yard as trophies. We just treat them like pets, which is what they deserve.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, thanks for asking, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
I like that idea, because having some pets or animals, or like even a garden. I used to have a backyard garden when I lived in Des Moines, but
Yeah.
because of the HOA regulations now, I cannot do that much. I love gardening.
Yeah.
That's like, it's like, having a coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Like when you go out, you step outside, you pick up your own vegetables and fruits and stuff. It's so refreshing.
This morning, and then we'll move on with this, but I have to tell you, I got pictures on my phone. I'll send them to everybody. In fact, I'll probably post it. I look out the window. We've got a bird feeder out there, hummingbird feeder, bird little pond, and all that stuff. Around the bird feeder, 2 female turkeys and 10 of their little chicks
Wow.
just sitting there eating away at the bird feed that's not meant for them.
Right.
Leftover.
It's leftovers, yeah. I slowly walk outside. They just barely strutted into the woods. They don't give a darn about me being there. So anyway, yeah, just like you, brother. I run a real estate business.
Perfect.
Appreciate the question.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to jump into Ask the Coach. We're going to jump into the AMP Action Plan, segment number 2, where we talk about a tip or trick that agents can employ to improve their business. Mark, since you were just talking for a minute, I'll go first if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
All right. Mine is super simple. Just being a good communicator. One of the main gripes that you hear out there with people when they have bad interactions with real estate agents is communication. Communication is such a major part of what we do. And when I say be a good communicator, it's pretty simple. And as you get busier, it can get more complicated and harder to juggle everything and make sure that you're communicating and staying on top of all your different conversations that you have going on. But it's something that I've struggled with in the past, and I've told myself this year specifically, I'm not going to look at a text anymore and then go back to what I was doing and set my phone down. I'm going to be 100% responsive this year and make sure that everybody that reaches out to me gets a reply as quickly as possible. And I'm inspired by Mark to do that because he does it flawlessly with 118 AMP agents and all of his clients and everything. So be a good communicator. There's times where, you're going to set the phone down and be away from it, but a quick text maybe takes 2 seconds to send. And even if it's hey, I'm busy right now, but I'll get back with you. It's worth doing that because it lets the person on the other end know that you respect them enough to reply and that they're important to you. So if my AMP action tip for the day is be a good communicator, and it can get tough sometimes. And I'm not always 100% on it, but I try to be this year. I'm definitely striving to do better and better at it.
Would I put you on the spot by letting you share us, and then I'll wrap it up?
I can't stress that enough. Communication is the key. Anything you do, like you said, responding to text messages or phone call, I carry my phone until I go to bed.
Yeah.
It'll be in my pocket all the time on the speaker. That way I can notify my clients what's going on with their transaction process. It's always like once you inform or keep your clients updated on the process they're going through, they'll really appreciate it.
Yes.
You just want to update them before they call you.
Yes.
That way they'll not be feeling like they're left alone.
Yeah. For me, the people that are in my hot and warm list, so people on my warm list, people that are maybe 60, 90, 120 days out from doing business or buying or selling a property, I'm going to touch base with them probably once every other week. The people on my hot list, those are people that I'm going to do business with in the next 30, 60 days. They're going to hear from me once a week. People that I have in contract or that we're actively out looking at properties are probably going to hear from me once a day, especially if we're in contract. You're getting daily updates. That's kind of, my metric in my mind of how I categorize those people and connect with them. And it's funny, I saw a post today that said, when your deal closes and your everyday texting buddy isn't around to talk to anymore, and the realtor was like sad in the video. And I've kind of experienced that. I've had a couple clients that I've closed deals with that, you enjoy talking to them every day. And then when the deal closes, it's like your best friend goes away. So, be a good communicator.
I do a little differently than Justin mentioned.
Okay.
What I usually do is, like I said, I always update my clients throughout the process. Like once we put in an offer, once it goes into contract, and all the inspection and things that need to be done in a timely manner. After the closing, I always ask them, "What do you need from me now?" I have a situation. Last time we closed on the house, the clients told me, "Hey, would you mind helping us move?" I was like, "I'll be more than happy to move your stuff." So they had a truck. We helped load the truck up and help them unload the truck. So even post closing, I'll be there for my clients.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what time of the day.
Yeah.
Not only that, every week or two, I always be in touch with them. I check on them and I'll ask them, "Is there anything wrong with the house?
Yeah, anything going on?
Is there anything I need to fix? If not, I'll leave you alone."
Yeah.
And I tell them every time, if you have anything going on with your house, if you have any concerns, let me know. I'll be there for you.
You are their real estate agent for life.
Yep.
We've said this on this podcast dozens of times. Our job starts when our clients close. That's what we truly believe.
Right.
Getting them to the transaction is a part of it, certainly, and it's critically important that they understand the process. But when they close, it's not on to the next one. It's
just a beginning.
Yeah, it's the beginning.
Absolutely.
That dovetails nicely with what I have.
What's your AMP action plan today, Mark?
You said it. We all have our phones with us. We've all got these giant contact lists in our emails. We all have hundreds of friends on social media. I very much enjoy, and it's usually on the spur of the moment, I love to go through my phone, through my email contacts, through my social media contacts, and just reach out to folks, whether I've done business with them or not, and just let them know I'm thinking about them. I'm praying for them. I like to check in personally for no reason associated with real estate. I love all of my family and friends and clients, and I want them to know that I'm thinking about them all the time. not just on birthdays or anniversaries or when we're going through a transaction. It's fun. It definitely makes there's some selfishness to it. It makes you feel better. But just reaching out, and I've got a couple buddies from childhood, for crying out loud. I went to elementary school with one of them, well, actually both of them. I'll reach out to them all the time, just out of the blue, and just say, I'm checking in on your brother. I hope everything's okay. That surprises a lot of people. That's not the reason for it. I just want folks to know that I'm thinking about them and praying for them. So that's what I would do, even if you're just starting your business.
Absolutely.
Just reach out to people and let them know, hey, I'm out here thinking about you.
Yeah, and we'll move on. But, to your point, a lot of times newer agents will say, well, I don't have a database.
Sure you do.
Well, yes, you do. Let's open up your cell phone and let's go right to your contact list. There's probably about 200 or 300 people in there.
Yeah.
You have a database. All right, we're moving on. Segment 3, the Agent Spotlight, sponsored by Vault Title. Shout out to Vault Title and Stephanie O'Brien. Thank you to our sponsor, Vault Title. The way they can help you is prior to closing, Vault Title will conduct your title search, coordinate all the aspects of the title services with the appropriate parties. They're going to prepare all your necessary documents, schedule your settlement. During the closing, they're going to be accounting for all your funds, reviewing closing documents, dispersing all the mortgage loan and sale proceeds. And after closing, they're going to satisfy all lender requirements, record your transfer documents, and issue your title insurance policy. Whether you're a buyer or seller or an agent looking for a great title company, reach out to Vault Title today, 614-324-2580, or email them team@vault-title.com. This is the segment where we highlight an AMP agent or a couple of AMP agents that are just out there crushing it. We've got Damu with us today. He's crushing it, so he's getting a shoe-in shout out. Damu, congrats on all your success. Thank you for being a part of AMP. Today, I wanted to highlight a rock star duo that we have on the AMP team, Johanna and Aaron Crozier.
For sure.
Big time. They do a ton of volume. They do a ton of business. They assist a ton of people to buy, sell, build, invest in real estate. And we are just so happy and proud to see their success. Johanna joined AMP first. She was newly licensed. I think Aaron was already an agent with a different brokerage, came to Red One. They now have a real estate team, and they absolutely rock it. They do a great job. So shout out to you, Johanna and Aaron Crozier. Thanks for being a part of AMP, and congratulations on your success.
Well done, Crozier team. My shout out is the opposite. It's a brand new agent. Her name is Krista Justu. Please forgive me, Krista, if I didn't get your last name right. Krista started with us 3 weeks ago. And we're very big on, as a new agent, I described it earlier with you, Damu, that first 60 to 90 days is critical to building your business properly. And we are not allowed to require it, but we heavily request that they are on a one-on-one coaching call with me for an hour every week. Krista's doing a great job. She's already scheduled out nearly 90 days worth of Zooms with me. It is simply going to serve her business well to really engage, and she is firmly engaged, and I'm really proud of her. So, Krista, well done on you, and shout out to you.
Fantastic. That's good.
That's it. All right, well, we're going to move along. We're going to take a quick commercial break to hear from a couple of our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to jump into segment number 4, Ask the Coach. So stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning into the AMP podcast. We want to give a quick shout out to one of our great sponsors at Safe Pro Home Warranty. Diana and Clayton have got you covered. If you move into your house within the first year and something goes wrong, like your hot water tank, your air conditioner, or your furnace, they are going to help you cover the cost of that so you don't have to do the whole thing out of pocket. So reach out to Diana and Clayton today to get your coverage set up at Safe Pro Home Warranty. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and a big shout out to one of our sponsors, D.R. Horton, specifically Justin Phillips and Dusty Riffle with D.R. Horton. Guys, if you're looking for a new build home, D.R. Horton, one of the largest builders in America, has 17 communities across central Ohio. They offer below market interest rates. They offer closing cost incentives. They offer home warranties, and they have many, many move-in ready options. If you need help looking at new build homes today, reach out to DR Horton. Justin Phillips and Dusty Riffle are there to help you.
Welcome back to the AMP Podcast. That stands for Agent Mentorship Platform. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check us out on all your favorite podcast platforms, and also check out agentmentorshipplatform.com. Justin, we're into the Ask the Coach segment, and it's sponsored by Safe Pro Home Warranty. And if you don't mind, I'm going to lead.
Yeah, feel free.
I get a lot of questions from our agents regarding closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be closing costs for the buyer or closing costs for the seller, the seller concessions. Do we ask for them or not from the seller? And generally what we do here on the Agent Mentorship Platform is we kind of drill down on that and clarify the more broad term used, which is closing costs. To me, that's a little confusing. I am not an accountant. This is not accounting advice. But if you buy or sell a home, check with your accountant, because the closing cost piece may be tax deductible. And therein lies the rub. A seller experiences expenses associated with selling their house. I don't enjoy calling those closing costs. Mm-hmm. Those are the expenses associated with selling your house. A buyer experiences expenses associated with obtaining their financing, which are the fees that the lender charges them, a few little title fees, and of course their down payment. So to kind of call either one of those pots of money closing costs is just a little uncomfortable for me. I want our clients to understand what the expenses are associated with selling your home, and we break them out for them when we have our consultation. And I want our buying clients to understand what their expenses are associated with obtaining their financing, and we break those out as well. But the closing cost verbiage is a little bit disingenuous or a little bit confusing. So if you have a question about the expenses associated with selling or buying a home, get with your local Red One agent, and we'll describe them to you. But we're not going to refer to them as closing costs.
Yeah, a lot of times I've heard people say, "Well, I don't want to pay the closing costs," or a seller pay. Well, isn't the buyer supposed to pay their closing costs? So that term, closing costs, you're right. It can be.
It's overused.
Yeah, it can be confusing for people.
It's very confusing.
Great point there.
Like you mentioned, Mark. When it comes to when you're selling a house or borrowing money for purchasing a house, I also recommend all the clients to look into the detail just before the closing. The lender sends them, so that'll basically. I think it's just a closing cost, like you mentioned. It's just a broad terms used for when buying or selling a house, but there will be a cost breakdown of everything in that paper. So I recommend or encourage everyone to look into that, and that probably gives better understanding why there's some fees or cost associated with buying or selling a house.
Love it.
Yeah, closing disclosure that comes out usually about a week before closing is a great breakdown from the lender. Great point there. My Ask the Coach topic today, in the past, since August of 2024, we've had a decent bit of changes to our documentation. The requirement of the buyer representation agreement, different laws that have passed that have influenced our contracts here in Central Ohio. Most recently, over the past, I think, 30 to 60 days, there's been some changes to the listing documentation. If you're a member of the Columbus Realtors and the National Association of Realtor, you would have gotten an email with a little video kind of breaking down some of those changes. So if you're getting ready to do a listing, to put a listing on the market, and you populate your listing folder in .loop, you're going to see a couple new things in there. Along with the exclusive right to sell listing contract, it's now a package of 3 documents that includes the exclusive right to sell listing contract, the non-discriminatory housing disclosure, and also the MLS entry option form for sellers for them to decide whether they want their house to be on the MLS or an IDX site like Realtor or Zillow or not. And those are new. So that package just got put together. So as you're populating new listing loops in your .loop folder, prepare to see that, and not a bad idea to look them over and be familiar with them, especially if you've got an upcoming listing presentation or consultation. You want to be familiar with those.
And if you're on the AMP platform, we'll go over those with you and coach you through them.
Absolutely. So
Hey,
keep
perfect.
an eye out for that.
I have listings coming up, so I'll be calling you, Dustin.
I'm sure that we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's going to bring us into the last segment of the podcast today, segment number 5, Mindset Matters, where we talk about psychological angles of the real estate business, anything that can help you with any kind of psychological things associated with the real estate business. Mark, did you have a topic that you wanted to discuss?
Sure. Be consistent in all seasons. You know, we're all going through this thing called life. I mean, it can be hellish. Pardon my French. Hope that makes YouTube. And our work in life in general, for sure, and our faith and our relationships with our families and our friends, and certainly with our clients, is to be consistent in all seasons. Seasons being good times, bad times, middling times. Be consistent with your interactions and behavior. Give grace. Show mercy. Be non-judgmental. What's going on in your life? You work hard that it doesn't affect your interactions with your fellow human beings. So it's just a matter of being consistent in all seasons. That is a mindset that I would encourage all of you to take on.
And just recently, you're a big proponent, Mark, of people not falling into the psychology of, oh, the winter season's slow for real estate, or the first couple of weeks of back to school is slow for real estate. Real estate never stops here in Central Ohio.
No.
There's times where people are spending more time with their family, of course, but there's still transactions and sales and listings and everything that's happening during those times. Damu and I Zoomed quite a bit over the winter, over the holiday season, because you had a property, a listing of yours that went live during that time. And, there were still people coming to see it, and it still got a lot of activity, and it still sold.
I had a client that bought a house last year on December 17th. So if people wonder how the real estate market goes in the wintertime, that's a prime example.
It's busy.
And that was my biggest transaction too.
We know what the drivers of the market are, but we do not know when one of those drivers is going to affect a family that's asking for our help. And the fact that it's winter, spring, summer, or fall has nothing to do with it. Right. So that's a great point you're making.
Yeah. Yep. And then my Mindset Matters topic today is about looking back at the week that was and looking forward to the week that will be. We had a guest on the podcast and a former sponsor named Steve Bezkid, and Steve's a lender, but he's also a coach as well. And I get a lot of good tips from Steve. And one of the things that I kind of adopted from his mindset is the RPP, the Review Preview Plan is what it stands for. What that is Sunday night is how I practice it. On Sunday night, I will sit down and take a look at my week that was, the week that just happened. What did I do well? What did I not? What can I improve on? What can I do better? And then as I'm acknowledging that stuff, I'm also looking forward at the week to come. What appointments do I have coming up? What important life events are happening with my family? What showings do I have scheduled? What open houses do I have scheduled? What podcast is on the schedule for us to record? So RPP, guys, if you're not, by the time you get to Monday or Tuesday, it's a little bit too late and you're behind the ball. So Sunday night, Review, Preview, Plan. It's really helped me be more efficient and more consistent in my business, and hopefully it will for you too.
Any kind of mindset that you would bring to this, Damu?
I always say have a work and life balance.
Yes.
So whatever you have that's affecting your family, don't bring into real estate side. Or whatever you are handling all day from the real estate, don't bring home. I try to keep them separate so you are not affecting either way. And it will always make your life better.
Without a doubt. My wife, as you've heard me say, dovetails with that, is the best unlicensed real estate agent I know. She has watched my business and it's basically become ours. She does not practice real estate without a license, but I walk in the door. She gives me a chance to breathe, but she is asking me how the day went, and she has input. no matter how the day went. And so you're right. You do need to balance those two. And when you've got a partner like I have and Aaron, it's really easy to re-enter your family home because she's going to help you land softly. I love it. That's a great point.
That is a great point. It's been a really fun episode. Damu, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being a rockstar AMP agent, a great Red One Realty agent, a great handyman, a great partner in business, and we appreciate your time today. Hopefully it was fun for you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm beyond honored to be here. I would not be here without you guys, honestly. Like I said, coming out from real estate school, I did not learn anything. All the education, all my real life experiences, all the coaching you guys have provided is the reason why I'm here today. There's so much information when it comes to real estate, and if you're especially a new agent, I cannot stress them enough just to join AMP, bottom line.
We're not paying him for that.
No, I don't get paid for this. But this is my own real experience.
Yeah.
And I cannot stress this enough. I have heard other agents tell me the same thing.
Yeah.
I wish I would have joined AMP. It's like, this is not provided in any other brokerages. It's
It is
only in
not.
Red One. So I get to learn from the best. You guys have like, you guys have more experience than how old I am. So.
Combined, we probably do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
about 60 years of combined
Oh,
experience
yeah.
on the AMP leadership
Oh,
team.
yeah, you're not
Yeah,
60.
so- no,
Thank you for that, Damu.
absolutely.
Appreciate you. Justin, get us out of here.
Well, thanks, guys. This has been Season 3, Episode 6, Agent on Fire, with our special guest, Damu Adhikari. We will also just want to remind everybody to go and like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Check out agentmentorshipplatform.com. And a big thank you to our sponsors, Motto Mortgage One, Vault Title, Safe Pro Home Warranty, and DR Horton. Guys, have a great day.
Bye.